The DOT DV your vehicle, it makes everyone's eyes have a stroke once we have a lot of cars here. Like we're probably going to them all.
I was gonna use it in case y'all had some people illegally parking. I was gonna tell that. Let y'all do the court case.
There's Alan and Crispy.
What's up, boys?
Huh?
Guys, they want DPS outside for some odd reason.
I'm gonna go inside. he has a gun. He has a gun. He has a gun. He has a gun. He's armed. No one can see. Yeah, he just pulled it out. Oh, they're gonna take it. I don't know what. I think I'm gonna just hit out. Hey, I'll
What you looking at, folk? What you looking at?
Okay, shut up. Just a second, everybody. If you've been searched, go inside. If you haven't, stay out here. We know who's who. Form 2 lines to my front. Police and civilian alike. Please and thank you.
Isn't Garrett in reserves? Why is he here?
Yeah, I'll just beat him up here.
I go in.
Sanchez.
What are you doing? Stop sniffing my butt, Chaos.
Little Billy.
What do you have?
Sorry, didn't mean to say one.
Alright, you're good to go.
Come out.
Where do you want me? I wasn't.
I don't know.
Hey.
Chaos. You're 02, not 03.
How do we physically take our duty belt off?
Alright, so let's go ahead and
Taking up the
I'll go, and I'm gonna.
Hey,
I can't hear you.
our 01 said we could have it in when we're on duty.
I had to. Chaos.
What? Back of the line?
Chaos.
My fault.
Man, I stutter. Hold up. Okay.
Go. Walk faster.
Chaos.
Old man, you're free to go. Come on.
Wait, hold up.
Alright, come here.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, just don't take the knuckle duster.
No, I'm taking everything. I'm taking the Glock and the knuckle dusters.
No, but knuckle duster is nothing.
I can't fucking hear you.
You give it back after. You give it back after.
Just let them.
law enforcement, if you haven't been searched, over here.
You'll get it after court's
Law
done.
enforcement, over here if you haven't been searched.
Thank you
We're
very
good.
much.
Hey, what's up? You haven't been searched yet?
Alright, arms to the side.
All you hear is active security. You hear just a witness the case.
Witness.
Alright, so make sure you guys' duty belts are off. No weapons, no tasers, no nothing like that. When you... Oh, shit. People are coming in.
Alright, you're good to go.
Make sure your phone's off. Disregard it.
What the hell did it? 10 for I'm going in.
Alright, come here.
Gloves off. No phone.
So,
Hey, vest off, all that off. I'm back when you have all that off.
That's all I got on me.
Alright, I'm gonna take this pistol from you. You get it back after the court case.
10-4, appreciate it. Just go straight in.
Good one. Yep, I think it's to the left. I was told.
Okay.
Step back a little bit.
Alright.
Come over here.
This dude just went my way. Alright.
Howdy, howdy.
take your head off and go inside. Thank you, sir.
Oh shit, my eyes aren't loaded. Davis.
The main courthouse is through those doors. If you want to go up, there's a balcony. Yes, sir.
I gotta wait for my eyes to load.
Yes, sir.
I'm old as shit.
What up?
Gotta wait for my eyes to load, damn it.
Take your taser out. Like, pull your taser. Alright. What are you? Are you security?
I'm gonna have to wait a minute, my eyes aren't loaded.
Alright, so just take your gun You don't gotta take it off, just pull your gun and then pull it away. It's all good.
Didn't know private security had to check their weapons in a courthouse.
What?
House was next to me too, so I'm assuming it's after, but for right now, you know what I mean?
We're going meeting BC.
There we go. I'm fucking streaming.
Here or what?
I don't know. I'm currently streaming and I can't figure out how to
Take
turn the
your gun
music
off
down.
and go to the main room right there.
Where's the music coming from? Oh my god, that's probably just striked me.
Now put it away. Or pull your gun out. Sorry.
Oh.
And pull your taser out.
Well, that sucks. I just got copyrighted straight on my stream because the bot started
Alex, I
playing.
believe everyone's here if you would just rather us speak in here so there's no proximity issues.
Just put it
That's
to
fine.
gun.
Alright.
Alright, everyone.
There you
We're all
go.
gonna speak on the
Walk through those
VC.
doors.
If y'all want to be part of it, join waiting for staff. I'm dragging people as we speak now.
Bravo.
Now. Thank you. Hey, you look great. Okay, I need the juror up here, or the judge. I don't need jurors up here yet, but holy shit, how many fucking people?
Yeah, I'm dragging as well.
All right, so I need you to give me the lawyers up here, which is gonna be Dan. He's already up here, and Jake Collins. I need Jake Pix up here, and then Sniper.
Hey, Alex, you won't, you wouldn't need the, two people, because
Pix
they'll
and
be
Sniper
called
can
up
wait
as
for now.
witnesses. Yeah.
Testing.
You're good.
We hear you.
But I'm gonna
We hear you
have
loud
more
and
than
clear.
just Sniper. I'm gonna have a few others as well. But I'll call them up when that time comes.
Okay, when that time comes, we'll bring them up one by one. So, I need Davis up here. He's swearing in people.
Yes.
Before it gets dark, you can't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get my jack back?
Yes.
In the car? I'm sure he's still within. I think
All right, let's get started. Sap. Well, let us know when you're ready, and then we'll get Davis.
I'm ready. I'll move on the all rise.
All right, where's Davis? I need Davis to speak loud and proud. Where's Kevin? Join waiting for staff.
Oh. I'm in.
All right, floor's yours.
All right. Here you have the Your Honorable Gerald Sapp.
You may be seated.
Oh, sorry.
Y'all may be seated. Anybody still thin, may be seated.
Al problema de la resaca me levanté con la muda borracha. Después lo pinta el sol, nos vamos para la esquina, bailando con los pibes, mezcladino y porquería. Supermercado. Otra vez cayó la noche. Otra vez cayó la noche. Otra vez nos vamos a la esquina. ¡Correo aquí!
Okay, Tia. I'll lead with the opening statement from the plaintiff in this civil matter.
Good morning, members of the court. Are these microphones working?
They are.
Okay. So, members of the court, members of the jury, Your Honor, today we will be proving that my client, Mr. J. Pix, was terminated from the Texas Department of Public Safety with no reason besides hate from the department command and retaliation for actions he had taken to attempt to make the department better. We expect to prove that not only was there a major lack of evidence and coordination involved with the termination of my client, but there was also possible prejudice against him that would have caused the wanted termination from him.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be calling J. Pix to the stand, and we expect that he will be able to not yet. And we expect that he will be able to prove that not only was he regarded by his high command as lesser than his fellow troopers, but he was also not informed of any of the reasons for his termination and was rather silenced when he tried to figure it out. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, young man. You go and have your seat there. Defense or whatever call counsel plaintiff, bring up your opening statement, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor, members of the jury. We are here today because the plaintiff, a former trooper within the Texas Department of Public Safety, alleges that he was wrongfully terminated. He claims that his dismissal was about just was motivated by factors other than his conduct and performance as a law enforcement officer. These are very
Hello,
serious
there it is.
allegations, and we take them very seriously. However,
No,
the
my
evidence
shit
will
was
show that the
fucked up.
Texas
I
Department of
crashed
Public
out and I couldn't
Safety
see
acted
myself, so I had to
appropriately
walk out.
by the law and with the highest standard and integrity
Round two.
and fairness. The decision to terminate the plaintiff was not made lightly. It was the result of a thorough investigation and a careful evaluation of his actions and behavior in the line of duty. Throughout this trial, you will hear testimony from witnesses including supervisors, colleagues, and experts who will demonstrate that the plaintiff's termination was justified and necessary to maintain the high standards expected of all DPS troopers. The plaintiff's conduct, which we will detail through evidence, violated the core principles of the department and compromised the trust that the public places in our law enforcement officers. We will also show that the department followed all proper procedures and investigation and termination process, that the decision was based on facts and evidence, not any personal bias or external pressures. The plaintiff was not given an opportunity. The plaintiff was given every opportunity to explain his actions and defend himself, but the facts simply did not support his continued employment with the department. In conclusion, the Texas Department of Public Safety is committed to upholding the law and protecting the public. The plaintiff's termination was not only warranted, but also necessary to preserve the department's integrity and to ensure that the troopers are held to a highest standard of conduct. We are confident that once you hear all the evidence, you will find the department acted lawfully and appropriately. Thank you.
You.
There we go.
Plaintiff of we're proceeding to the next piece here. Whoever's in it, if we got understanding off of our the way we'd like to work this here.
All right, Your Honor. The defense is curious if we could take a primary in this.
Absolutely. I'm here as a mediation to this case. You guys proceed as you like, as long as we do it in
Understood.
an orderly fashion.
The defense would first like to call up Tyler Davis, a department coordinator within the Texas Department of Emergency Services.
Proceed.
All right. I'm gonna approach the stand. So, Mr. Coordinator, could you please state your name, rank, and how long you've been employed within?
All right. Department coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Tyler Davis. One moment here. I was a little unprepared. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And
Yes,
will
sir.
you keep secret of all the proceedings of the grand jury conducted in your presence? So
Yes,
help
sir.
you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may proceed.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Certainly.
All right, Mr. Coordinator, could you please state your name, rank, and how long you've been employed within the Texas Emergency Services Management?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tyler Davis. I'm department coordinator with Texas Emergency Services, and I've been with the department for around 2 years now.
Outstanding. So, Mr. Davis, could you please describe the standards and expectations that the Texas Department of Public Safety holds for its troopers in grave detail?
I mean, honestly, sir, I couldn't really give you great detail. Unfortunately, with my position, I'm not working in the day-to-day operations with each department when it comes to, the patrols and whatnot. But what I can tell you, after working with Mr. Sniper himself for a very long time, and then also Mr. Crispy, I do know that they hold their department to the highest of standards, and they do everything that they can to make sure that everything within the department is done proper.
Awesome. So adding on to that, could you explain the process for any sort of evaluation on troopers' performance and conduct? So if ever were to be a report in the field, could you kind of explain the process on how the department would look into that and go about the investigation of that?
I mean, I do know that each department within our emergency services underneath of our canopy, they do have their own internal affairs within. Typically whenever a report comes through, that whoever the head of that said department is, they go ahead and take the case, and then from there they divvy it out to their other officers or troopers, however it may be. That is a part of your IA team, and then from there they investigate it as needed.
All right, and Mr. Davis, so what types of behaviors or actions are considered a violation of not only the Texas Department of Public Safety, but also just the Texas Emergency Communications? What kind of actions or behaviors are considered a breach of those policies and professional standards?
As in to what exactly?
If you could just list some examples of just some policies that you have set in place as to why someone would be contacted on behalf of their IA team.
Channel switched.
I mean, there could be all types of sorts of different things. It could be, one of our biggest issues, that we tend to have is just misconduct. Whether it could be, an officer or a trooper, acting in a way that they shouldn't be on a traffic stop. It could be, simply as treating somebody in a way that they shouldn't be. I mean, there's a whole assortment of different things that they can be contacted for when it comes to the IA side.
Right. Okay. And what steps are taken if a trooper is suspected of violating those department policies? I know you said the IA team, but after they're divvied out, is there some sort of verbal warning given beforehand? Are they given strikes beforehand, or is it instantly go to termination?
It depends on the severity of the incident that happened. Obviously there can be different levels of something that can happen, right? But typically, I do know that they try to keep everything fair. They do try to give warnings. They try to give suspensions as they see fit. But if they see that something happens to where they feel that a termination is needed, they definitely may go that route.
Okay. And
if I may interrupt, just for the record, the statement made there is just stating that strikes may be given but are not guaranteed prior to termination. Clarification here.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. So adding on, just based off of the information you've been given so far, what impact could the plaintiff's conduct have given on the department's reputation and effectiveness if it had been left unaddressed? So obviously we're here today because of a false termination allegedly. So in your professional opinion, how do you feel that the department's reputation and public view would have been tarnished if the plaintiff was not dealt with accordingly?
I may interrupt again. We're not going to speak on what he feels. I would like to keep this fact or fiction. Please phrase that question.
Well, here's the thing I'll say to that. Unfortunately, with your question, there's not much of a fact that it can give. People's feelings can be deterred in different ways depending on what it may be. I can't personally tell you how people would necessarily, I guess, react, right? I know they probably wouldn't be necessarily happy. Obviously, right now we're in a big issue in this world where nobody really trusts LEO. So anything little that happens usually turns into be a big thing. So with taking that into account, that could have what led to their decision.
All right. Just a few more questions for you, then you'll be able to have a seat. So, again, from a professional point of view, and you being a department coordinator within the Texas Emergency Services, what exactly and why is it important for a department to maintain that public trust? And how does that include decisions regarding any sort of trooper conduct?
Well, man, the question of why is it important? I mean, really, it comes down to we want the public to trust us. Just simply, we want them to be able to call 911. We don't want someone to have a fear whenever they're calling 911. That whenever someone's calling 911, they're already in some type of trouble. They shouldn't have to also worry about the LEO that are responding to them. Right, that's the most important thing. We're all here for the same thing at the end of the day. We're all here to serve and protect, and we can't do that. We can't do that if the public doesn't trust us.
Right. All right. Nothing further from Mr. Davis, Your Honor. I would like to call my next witness up to the stand, if I may.
Hold on one moment here. Do you have we have any need for cross here from the plaintiff?
User
Yes, Your Honor, I
disconnected
do
from your
wish to
channel.
cross-examine the witness.
Perfect. Have a seat there, sir. Thank you. And I just want to make this statement here as well. If we can try to be as brief as possible so we can work through here. I know we got a little complexity to this case. As quick as we can work, better we can do.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Your witness. Proceed, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Davis.
Hello, Mr. Dan.
So, you are a department coordinator in Texas, correct?
That'd be correct.
And now this position means that you would have had to work your way up, and you would have had to know all of the policies regarding
Mr. Dan?
regarding professional standards of officers in Texas, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you'd say that you'd have some of the highest level of background knowledge about these standards out of anyone else.
Objection, relevance.
Your Honor, I'm just...
Repeat the question one more time for us here.
You would have an extremely high knowledge on the background of professional standards in Texas.
I will allow it. You need to make sure you stay on topic here. It does relate to, but I'd like to know where you're going with it.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm trying to generate a background for the witness's knowledge on these policies, so I can...
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay. Can you answer the question, please?
I'm sorry, can you ask the question one more time?
You would say that you have a high level of understanding on the professional standards of the departments that you are in charge of.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So in terms of this case, have you ever had any prior conversations with the witness? Oh, sorry, with the plaintiff.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading question.
It's cross-examination, Your Honor.
I will give you an opportunity to rephrase.
Your Honor, it's cross-examination. I'm allowed to lead the witness.
Your Honor, during cross-examination.
Hold on, sir. Appreciate you. If I could have you attempt to rephrase that question and then see how it rolls off. Let's hear it.
Okay. Have you ever had any prior conversations with the defendant, Mr. Pix?
Sir, I would have to say no.
Okay. So, so you've dealt with a lot of cases regarding terminations and members who have been unfit for a police department.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, so you would say you have a good knowledge of how these proceedings usually work.
Yes, sir. And I've definitely handled a few within my time.
And now, would you say terminations post only one verbal warning would be uncommon?
One verbal warning? Not at all. I've seen people get terminated with no verbal warnings.
Okay, but you'd say that there would have to be a very strong reason and a very strong violation that would have to be committed.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading question once more.
It's not. It's allowed to lead in cross-examination.
I don't know that I like necessarily that question. You did lead it in a specific question specified when you asked him instead of one warning or whatnot. I kind of let that slide because he didn't object. So we'll be stricken from the record there. Proceed.
All right. So, Mr. Davis, when terminations happen, would you say that it's typical for the whole situation to be logged and kept very close care of?
Yes, sir. At least they are supposed to be. It's not held by my department, but it is by each individual department. They're supposed to log and make sure that they're keeping track of these determinations.
And it's expected for all of these departments to keep a high level of records on all punishments issued to their members, correct?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
So
Okay.
would it be is it usually uncommon? Is it usually uncommon for these specific case scenarios where there's major violations to go unlogged without any evidence between?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
I'm not asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I rephrase the question, Your Honor?
Yeah, you tread softly there, so one more time.
Okay. I'm gonna move on from that line of questioning, Your Honor. Is it within the policies and procedures to keep these logs, Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
So what you're saying is logs are mandatory for terminations?
Yes, sir. It is something expected of our, our command members.
Within your policy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if there was a case where there was a so we're gonna go into a hypothetical scenario, okay, Mr. Davis?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna that one needs to be this up here as well. This is our first witness, so we need to proceed here with pace.
Okay.
My understanding of your questions, and just for the record, so everyone understands where we are here, asking the handling of this. All documents are to be documented and handled with care. He answered yes to that. He said that it is not unusual for someone to be let go without warning or whatnot if it deemed or is deemed severe enough for termination. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have I missed anything?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any other questions for this witness?
No further questions.
All right, thank you. Let's proceed here.
All right, Your Honor. I'd like to call up Colonel Sniper of the Texas Department of Public Safety next.
Proceed. Mr. Davis, let's make sure we're on here with these swearing-ins. Let's be brief, prompt, and on the go here.
Yes, Your Honor. My apologies.
All right, so where do I stand?
All right, Sniper, make sure you're talking to Discord as well as everyone can hear you.
Raise your hands. Colonel Tony Sniper, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Oh, yes, sir.
Will you keep all of the proceedings of the grand jury conducted in your presence?
Yes, sir.
So help you God.
So help me God. Yes, sir.
You may be seated.
All right, Mr. Sniper, just to confirm here, if you could state your full name, your position within the Texas Department of Public Safety, and how long you've been employed and such.
I'm gonna be Tony Sniper with Tech DPS. I'm gonna be the Colonel 01. I'll be the whole department.
All right. So, Colonel,
Where'd you just come from?
if I may here, during this
Yeah.
investigation of the
Come over
plaintiff,
here. Let's just stretch
was he
it out.
given any sort of time to defend himself or explain his actions during said investigation?
You kind of like, I mean, what do you mean? Like, as far as like, has he gotten warnings for doing stupid stuff?
So
I mean,
here,
I'm
let me
sorry,
reword that. so I
doing,
understand. So, during your investigation for the current matter of the plaintiff's termination, was he given a time to explain himself or kind of tell you some backstory as to what happened before he was terminated? Well, I mean, was there like a point of time where he was able to speak to you or your fellow high command and kind of give some sort of backstory?
Yeah, he gave us always the same backstory when he like got in trouble. He blamed it on either something
Keep a
that
close eye on him.
he couldn't control.
Did you say
Okay.
the rest of them
If I may,
that are
just
still
for the
in here?
understanding of the court, can we get a understanding of?
Yeah. Nah, you guys
what
come
he was
back down
looking
here.
for?
Come back down here. You three come back down here.
Basic
So,
understanding.
as of right now, Your Honor, the current reason for termination is currently abuse of power within office. To my knowledge, that is the only reason, alongside ill misconduct while on duty as an officer.
All right, proceed. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Excuse me, Colonel Sniper. Could
Yes,
you
sir.
describe the nature of the evidence that was reviewed during the investigation? So, what sort of evidence were you provided during this investigation? Was it clips? Was it pictures, statements, witnesses?
I mean, majority of it was clips or like I witnessed it myself.
Okay.
In the clips, he was seen when he was on. I'm sorry, the dash cams. He was being unprofessional as a off duty officer.
All right, and
Also catching. He got arrested and he had on his off duty, and he got arrested and he was caught trying to pick out the locks for his handcuffs while he was arrested or detained. I don't know what the circumstance was for that completely.
Your Honor, if I may address yourself and the jury quickly, for the records, what Colonel Sniper is hinting at here is the plaintiff was off duty at the time of his arrest, in which goes against the global, not only global, but the Texas Department of Public Safety standard operating procedures, which is another reason for the alleged termination at this time, Your Honor.
And I just want to put that out there. That was kind of like one of the many reasons.
Understood.
Understanding here, just so we're clear on that. You're saying there were other pieces that were not provided in termination documentation that could have been there, but was
User
not.
disconnected from your channel.
May I speak or?
Your Honor, here I got this. So, Your Honor, at this time, the main reason for the termination was for the ill misconduct while on duty, alongside the plaintiff abusing his power whilst on duty. But there were other previous incidents that led up to the termination, but it was not a key factor as to why the plaintiff was terminated, sir.
I'd like for the court and the jury here to understand it, and we only speak on what is documented in the termination. So let's make sure we stay on that track as well.
Understood. So, Colonel, if I may, in your time as being the colonel within the Texas Department of Public Safety, have you ever reinstated a trooper after being terminated? And if so, under what circumstances did that happen?
I mean, is you talking about former DPS?
If they were, so let's say you terminated the trooper or your high command terminated the trooper, at any point during your residency within the colonel position, have you given a trooper their position back after termination?
Objection.
Yes.
What's the
yes,
relevance to this case?
Your Honor, I am creating a foundation of previous terminations and the relevancy within the terminations as to the current plaintiff.
If I'm not mistaken here, I'm going to sustain that objection only for the simple fact that that does not tie into why we're here. We're here today in reference to the wrongful termination of this termination. So who else got rehired prior to, has no relevance here. So if you'd like to rephrase your question in reference to if someone is rehirable, that's fine, and make it brief. Proceed.
So, Colonel Sniper, so just as a rephrase here, at any point in time during you being in the colonel position, have you reinstated anyone just for any sort of reason?
Yes, sir.
Were they found hireable? Okay, outstanding.
Objection. That was the same question, Your Honor.
To be brief and prompt up, we can proceed here. Yes, we'll make sure we ride that fine line.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And Colonel, so during the termination of the plaintiff, were there any external pressures or personal biases that could have influenced you or your high command to terminate the plaintiff forcefully?
No, sir. I give everybody a chance, and as far as like anybody that comes from any other agencies from in Leo, I give them a chance. I don't. If they tell me anything, I just take that with a grain of salt, and I'll definitely give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not like that. I give everybody a fresh start when they start in this department. I don't like to do that to nobody. So it's them. They're the ones that create their path in this department.
Outstanding. So one more question, and that will be all. So, did the plaintiff in question have any sort of previous disciplinary actions within the past 30 days to a month? Well, that's the same thing. Correction. 30 days to 2 months.
Yes, sir. Actually, we had twice. We told him he was a canine, and he had his dog, or he was the handler, and his canine bit a civilian under his care twice, but he just blew it off. So.
All right, and just to confirm, the
Hold on,
just
there. We got an objection here. What's the reason for the objection, sir?
This evidence wasn't provided in discovery of the previous records of the plaintiff.
Sir Collins?
it's not entered as evidence, sir. It's more or less a question as to any sort of previous relations.
Sustained. Next, is that your last question?
No, so I'm going to rephrase the question then.
I'm not giving an opportunity to rephrase it. Sustained.
All right, Colonel Sniper. At any point in time within the past week to 2 weeks, have you been on duty? With that, have you had any sort of interaction with the plaintiff?
No, sir. It's all been my supervisors, and they usually kind of take care of that. So that's really on them. But I kind of like finalize it. But they do bring me the circumstances of what has happened. So
okay. And last question. So in your professional terms, was the plaintiff's termination consistent with the DPS policies and procedures?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
All right, nothing further for Colonel Sniper, Your Honor.
Perfect. And at this point in time, I'm going to leave on cross. You have 3 questions, possibly a 4th, depending on time. We got 3 questions on the cross. So,
yes, Your Honor.
Can y'all give me about a good